Welcome. I'm Cara from Petals and Poses. Enjoy your practice. We'll begin standing. Come to the top of your mat. Step your feet together, root down, grow tall through your spine. Shoulders shrug down the back, palm space open. Just take a few moments to focus in on your breath here. Try to quiet your mind, slow down your thoughts. Long inhales and exhales through the nose. And open your eyes if they're closed. Inhale, upward salute. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist. And then exhale, shrug your shoulders down. Grow tall on an inhale. And then exhale, bump your hips to the left and bend to the right for standing half moon. It's hard to see here, but I'm reaching out through my hands. My right hand is grabbing my left wrist, and I'm aiming for a crescent moon shape while my feet are rooted down. And change. Inhale through center, switch out your grip. Left hand takes your right wrist. Exhale, shrug the shoulders down. Grow taller on an inhale. Then exhale, bump your hips to the right and bend to the left. So you should feel a deep stretch up that right side of the body. And change. Come back through center, big inhale. And exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows for a ragdoll fold. Take a deep bend in your knees. You can take a gentle sway side to side. Maybe shake your head yes and no. You want your neck nice and relaxed. Think about drawing the weight more towards the balls of the feet. Release your grip. Inhale, halfway lift. On an exhale, plant your left fingertips, bend your left knee, and open your right arm for a twist. Trying to stack your shoulders. And remember, you're twisting from the core. The neck is just along for the ride. And release your right hand down. Take an inhale, halfway lift, plant your right fingertips, bend your right knee, and on your exhale, open your left arm up for your twist. Same thing on this side. Shoulders are away from the ears. Breathe. And release. Halfway lift, inhale. And we'll come to gorilla. So you're going to flip your palms up, slide them under your feet so your toes come to your wrist creases. And then you're going to pull yourself in for this deep fold. You should feel an intense stretch up the backs of the legs. Feel free to take a bend in your knees to lighten up on this stretch at any time. Relax your neck, head is heavy, belly in, and then think about your weight coming towards your balls of your feet. And release. Take a halfway lift, inhale, fold, exhale. Bend your knees, slowly roll up on an inhale to standing. Shrug the shoulders down. Take your hands to the base of your spine. Step your feet out a little bit wider than hip distance. Bend your knees. Press your hips forward. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, trace your eyes along the ceiling for the supported back bend. Keep pressing your hips forward. And change. Rise, inhale. And step your feet together. We'll come to a figure 4 for our balancing posture. So cross your right leg either above or below the left knee and then sit back into a chair. So a little bit of balancing here, but you're also feeling a stretch in that right hip and glute area. Hands are in prayer. Keep your breath going. And change. This time the left leg crosses over the right into a figure 4. Sit back into your chair. Drawing the belly in. Find one steady gazing point. And release. Tadasana. Inhale, scoop the air. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to downward dog. First dog, so go ahead and pedal through the feet a little bit. Make sure you shrug your shoulders away from your ears. You're in an upside down V here. Bend in the knees is fine. Just working towards getting those heels down towards the mat. Lift your right leg up for three-legged dog, and then we're going to draw it in for your half pigeon. So the knee comes towards the right wrist. You can use your left hand to pull the foot up a little bit closer to the top of the mat for a deeper stretch. Inhaling on top before you walk your hands down to your stretch. So if you're not familiar with half pigeon, it's an intense glute stretch on the right side, as well as the hip flexor on the left side. Keep your breath going. Keep your mind calm. Keep it in your practice. And lift your gaze, walk your hands up. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Inhale, lift your front leg with your core, and then kick it back. Coming into down dog. And then we'll lift the left leg up. Inhale, three-legged dog, and then draw it forward, setting up your half pigeon. Making sure that back foot is in line with the hip. Inhaling always at the top, proud pigeon, and then walking yourself into your stretch. Send your breath to your left hip, left glute area. Still lifting through the core. You don't want to sag in the core. Keep that engagement. Lift your gaze. And start to walk your hands under your shoulders. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Inhale, lift your front leg, use your abs, and then kick it back. Downward facing dog. And come onto your knees into tabletop. Have a seat on your heels. We're going to take a modified hero's pose. So it's hard to see here, but my knees are to the edges of the mat. My toes are together. I'm sitting on my heels. Then you're going to lower yourself back. And this is really different for everyone. So you might stay on your hands and hover above the floor. You might take it to where I'm at right here, where my crown is down. Or you might be able to lay your back totally flat on your mat. This is an intense quad stretch, hip flexor opener. So easy does it. Breathe into it. And then you want to make sure your knees stay on the mat. Don't let them lift up. If they are lifting, maybe back off a little bit. Keep that deep, methodical breath going. And then you're going to come on up on an inhale. Easy does it. No head rushing. And now we're going to come to broken toe pose. So you can bring your knees back together, curl your toes under, and if you can, start to sit back on your heels. This is a really intense foot stretch, good for cyclists and runners because the bottoms of your feet get a lot of pressure, a lot of impact. So it's nice to spend a little bit of time nurturing the muscles in our feet. But this is a rather intense one. So go ahead and back off. And I like to tap my toes to influence a little bit of blood flow. And now we'll come to a narrow child's pose, keeping your knees together, keep your hips towards your heels, and then just fold over, hands down by your ankles. Breathe into your back, lengthen your low back. Check in with your thoughts. And come on up. And from here, have a seat, swing your legs around. Extend your legs out. We're going to come to reverse plank. So hands behind the hips, fingertips point towards you. Point your toes, exhale, and then on an inhale, press yourself up. So lift your hips, open your heart up to the sky. You can usually go higher than you think. You got to press your hands down and then release. Come on down. From here, we're going to come to a boat pose with our feet out. So come down to that tipping point, holding it here. You can take a traditional boat if you'd like. It's just one variation. A little bit of core activation before we take it down to the back and release. Come on down to your back and hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out to a T and let your knees fall to the right. Take your gaze over your left shoulder for a gentle twist. Really trying to let those low back muscles go. Maybe scan the body and see where you can release as you take this twist. And change. Come through center. Inhale. Other side. Knees fall to your left. Gaze over your right. Keep breathing. And change. Come back through center. Go ahead and grab your strap. You're going to wrap it around the arch of your right foot. Extend the right leg up to the sky. Left leg rests down on the mat. And then you're going to gently pull on that strap for this hamstring stretch. Your knee may be bent here. You might not be able to pull it in as far. It's okay. You just want a gentle pull so you start to feel that hamstring lengthening, but don't overdo it here. Try to melt your hips down. Try to melt your shoulders down. And breathe. Now from here, you're going to keep the strap in your right hand, open your left arm. That right leg is going to start to open to the right, getting into that inner thigh. Try to keep your hips down on the mat. Only go so as far as you can with the stretch. You can have a bend in your knee. That right arm is definitely working to keep a little bit of a lift. Deep, full breaths. And change. Draw it back up through center. We're going to switch it out. So now the left hand takes the strap, guides the leg across the body into this twist, getting that right IT band, getting a little bit more into the low back. Your right arm is out at shoulder height. This can be rather intense. Again, easy does it. And change. Draw it up through center. And we'll switch out the legs. So take your strap now, wrap it around the left arch. Extend the right leg down to the mat, left leg up to the sky, and then find that sweet spot, that gentle pull. You're stretching, but you're not overdoing it. Send your breath to that left hamstring. And we'll switch. Take the straps into the left hand. Open the left leg. Right arm opens, shoulder height. Breathe into the inner thigh of the left side. Again, try to keep those hips down. And we'll switch. Draw the left leg back up. And then we'll take the strap into the right hand, guiding the left leg across the body for the twist. Left arm opens at shoulder height. Deep breaths here. Again, this is rather intense on that IT band area. It's an awkward position, so easy does it. And change. Bring it back up through center. You can remove your strap. Set it to the side. Hug your knees in. Couple good squeezes. From here, grab your block, place it under lower back and hips where it's comfortable, and come into an assisted legs up the wall. You don't have to use a block here, but I think it feels nice, especially after sitting on a spin bike. Just to have that little extra lift can feel good. Hands rest down by your sides. Upper body is totally relaxed. Just breathing. And now lower one leg at a time into a lifted, supported Shavasana. Keeping that block there, I think it feels really nice for a few moments. That's not in your practice and not for you today. Feel free to take the block out and come to traditional Shavasana. Releasing your body down into your mat. Taking your focus to your point of meditation. Something that brings you peace. Something that's filled with gratitude and serves you in a positive light. And then at any time, feel free to remove that block or keep it there for as long as you'd like. In your Shavasana, the body rests as the mind focuses. Feel yourself getting heavier, sinking into the earth, releasing all tension. And remembering to tell yourself some words of gratitude as well for practicing yoga. I encourage you to stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you need, taking your time to get up. Thank you so much for joining me in the practice. Namaste.